ANIP stock, ANIP pharmaceuticals up 47.5% in this session of the 1st of November 2021. Momentum is strongly bullish, overbought at the moment. RSI is also strong and improving. And the news is, that ANIP Pharmaceuticals posted Q3 adjusted earnings today, the 1st of November 2021, of 1.01 per dollar, up from $0.97 per share a year earlier on. Two analysts polled by Capital IQ projected earnings per share of $0.7. Net revenue was $52.1 million for the quarter ended September 30th, down from $53 million a year ago. Two analysts polled by Capital IQ expected $49.7 million as of September 30th. The company had $15.3 million in unrestricted cash and cash equivalents, plus $106.7 million in net accounts receivable. Okay, so that is the fundamental news that is behind this rally we are looking at right now. The stock is trading at $54.995. It's cooling off now. Let's see what is going on the daily model, and we'll also find out if it's an optionable stock. So right now, as you can see, it is strongly bullish. The underlying trend is also a bullish one. Yes, the RSI right now, the momentum is strong, but not overbought, but it's still strong. RSI is indicating the stock is strong, is overbought, so it's indicating a healthy amount of strength over there. So let's see whether ANIP stock is optionable. I thought as much. It is optionable, and they have all gone up. You can see that, as at the 29th, this is where it closed, $0.2 dollars. That's where it closed. Now it is at 8.327. If only you knew. Okay, so let's return to the 1 minute live model and see what's going on there. Still moving sideways. It's been moving sideways throughout, pretty much all through this session. Not much is really going on there. I think the opportunity has since gone away. So let's see what the readout here is saying for ANIP stock. It's saying that it appears to be in a strong bullish trend, evidently. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero and rising. And it's also outperforming the S&P 500. Momentum for ANIP is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors pay high prices for shares of ANIP stock. Today's volume is on track to be heavier than usual, with 3.86 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of an indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. You can see the 10-day average is 58,000 shares, and we have they have 3.86 million, which is way above its average. And it's also a relatively small float. Shares outstanding of 12.762, meaning that the float would actually be less than what it is right now. So is it possible to determine a possible price target for this stock? It's possible to determine, but it's extended by a huge amount. So all I can say is, based on this daily model, expected to pull back in the coming session. Expected to pull back. I'm not really going to get involved in a price target, but if you want to make money, I think the best bet, your best bet, if you haven't already if you have lost the opportunity to make anything out of this rally, this 47% it has run up, is to look at its call options, so it's put options, and see what can come out from there. So let's quickly have a look and see. This is the 19. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. This is the one that will expire in 19 days. This is a call. So let's look at the puts. There's a good chance in the coming session the stock is going to lose some of this gain, but there's no guarantee that is what's going to happen. Okay, you can see the stock is this particular 50 strike put it fell from 12.94 to 3 point, where is it now, to $3.08. So obviously, because the stock has run up, it has lost some value. So let's see other. Okay, this is probably the last of them all, the 50 strike. So they cost about $3, so it's $300 to get involved in one of them. If you can't afford it, look at these options. They are likely to gain value in the coming sessions. Yes, they're likely to gain value because the stock is likely to retrace, and indeed it may not retrace. So just look at them and decide what it is you're going to do. So let's move on to ARTL. Artelo Biosciences up 36.75%, also moving sideways. Momentum is totally indicating the stock is oversold right now, and there's some weakness in the strength of the stock. So it's also a penny stock as well. Let's find out what's going on here for the stock, if there's any news. ARTL, I think we looked at it earlier on in a live session, and we found out that there's an indication that it hasn't satisfied all its exchange. You can see it's trading on Nasdaq. It hasn't satisfied all the trading or the listing conditions, all the listing requirements, and maybe there's a risk of a delisting. So let's see whether there's any news behind this rally. It has run up. Let's see. Let's see whether we can find anything here concerning the stock. Okay, there isn't any news. There isn't. Okay, there's one here. There's a, yes, it says here, HC Wainwright starts Artelo Biosciences at buy with $4 price target. So maybe the company may have satisfied all of that, and so that's some good news there for Artelo. Okay, is there any other price target amongst these things, amongst these news items? There might be yet more. Okay, yes, let's see whether there's any other price target in place for the stock. Artelo, yes, we have it. There are two of them here, maybe. Let's see what they're saying here. HC Wainwright it initiates coverage, okay, with buy rating and price target of $4. So that's the same news. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, 38.3, 38.44. Is it optionable? I doubt it. Strictly doubt this optionable. It's not optionable. It's not. Let's see. I bet you it's not. There are not very many penny stocks that are optionable, trading at this sort of prices that are optionable, so it's not optionable. Let's return to the 1 minute model. So right now it's trading below all of its moving averages. It's moving sideways, there's some weakness there. It has lost, or rather the gain is still 0.2715. It looks like it's a penny stock. It can be attractive, but it also has a relatively small float. So we can see that shares outstanding of 24.494, meaning that the float will be even less. Yes, it's quite attractive. You can see it's quite attractive. So the underlying trend is a bearish one. You can see that the stock has been retracing, and suddenly it broke out to the upside, and this was just today. So the opportunity has always been there. It's been trading below all of its moving averages since the middle of September. It's been trading below all of its moving averages. Some market participants may have also been picking up positions. They may have been buying up the shares to take advantage of what has happened today. So you can see that the readout here says that ARTL stock appears to be rallying within a longer term bearish trend. Yes, driving its MACD above the signal line However, the shares remain below a declining 200-day moving average, signifying that the dominant trend remains lower, but it's also lagging the S&P 500. Momentum for ARTL stock, as measured by 14-period slow stochastic oscillator, is waning. Okay, before now, this means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits from positions but at lower prices. Okay, but things that is going to change. The momentum is gradually improving. Today's volume is on track to be heavier than usual. Okay, with 230 million. He said it. You saw it. 230 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So there's a good chance this stock might still remain in the picture. It might still remain in the picture, even though it doesn't have all that it takes, all that we have, all that will normally keep it in the radar of market participants, which is amongst other things options. Is it optionable? Does it trade warrants? Let's find out. Let's find out if there are warrants involved. Yes, there are warrants. So, well, it might help a bit. So let's see. Okay, the warrants are up 103.67%. Maybe it might help things a bit. So let's see. Is there any temptation to get involved in determining or trying to find out what price targets can possibly be? Okay, I'm just going to leave it at this, and I'm not going to start indicating any sort of price targets. But it has the potential to, just arbitrarily saying it can always extend to $1.2 if it retraces and doesn't fall below this 50-day moving average. It has the potential to reach $1.2, where its 200-day moving average is at the moment. Okay, so see what you make of ANIP stock and ARTL stock. They are both unique in their own rights. They're both of them are unique. So see what you make of them, and thank you very much for watching this video.